question, the member from Parkdale-High Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Transportation. Today, we're visited in the Legislature by Mr. Daryl Frimer, a resident from the constituency of Parkdale-High Park, who owns a home near the UP Express tracks. During the construction of the UPX, significant damage, $27,000, was done to his home. This homeowner, like many others living near the rail line, did his due diligence in attaining 3 quotes from contractors to assess how much repairs will cost. He submitted those quotes to his claim with Metrolinx. However, like in other similar cases, Metrolinx is pressuring Mr. Frimer to accept a settlement that is half of what the quotes have said the repairs will cost. Why is Metrolinx refusing to pay people what its own process has determined they are owed?
Thank you. Minister of Transportation.
Well, thank you very much, Speaker. I do thank the member from Parkdale-High Park for raising this particular question, and I respect the fact that the constituent from Parkdale-High Park is here today. While I personally don't know the details specifically of this individual case, I do understand that there has been correspondence that's gone back and forth between the member and Metrolinx regarding this particular case, and I think it's also important, and every member in this legislature would recognize the importance of making sure that while provincial agencies are responsive to these kinds of requests, that we ensure, for the sake of protecting taxpayers, that the scope of work that's required as a result of that, something that might have occurred is in fact accurate. My understanding, Speaker, is that this is a process that's still ongoing, but I do appreciate the member standing up for her community and for asking this question today.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Frimer is a taxpayer, by the way, and has submitted over 100 emails to Metrolinx at this point. Metrolinx has also known that the construction of the UP Express would damage nearby homes, yet has refused to take responsibility and adequately compensate all homeowners living near the line. What we've consistently seen since the first pile driving started along the line is that any claim put forward by a homeowner ends up being an absolute nightmare. The homeowner is not only expected to prove the damage happened as a result of the construction, arrange for 3 independent quotes from contractors to assess what the damage will cost to fix, then whatever that amount ends up being, Metrolinx consistently offers a fraction of that price. This is absolutely unacceptable. When will Metrolinx start adequately compensating homeowners like Mr. Frimer for damage caused by the construction of the UP Express, which, by the way, runs empty?
Thank you. Minister.
Thanks very much, Speaker. I mean, in my follow-up answer to the member from Parkdale, my answer essentially remains the same, which is that what I believe in this case is the most important, along with making sure that all provincial agencies, including Metrolinx, are responsive to these kinds of matters that get raised, Speaker, and very respectful of the challenges that some homeowners in your community and perhaps others are facing, is that we get it right, which from my perspective would also mean that the scope of work that's required as a result of something that Metrolinx might have done is actually reflective of the damage itself. There needs to be a very direct correlation between the two, Speaker. So I respect the fact that some constituents from Parkdale-High Park have provided quotes. My understanding is that Metrolinx continues to work itself through the process. I don't know of the other cases that you're raising in this particular case, Speaker, but to the member's final point about the UP Express, let's just remember that's an infrastructure project delivered on time and on budget by this government. Thank